You're listening to Sip and Grow the podcast, the show where we taste awesome, delicious wines while having unfiltered conversations about our passions, experiences, struggles, entrepreneurship, and life. My name is Nicole Di Pasquale, and I'm a wine enthusiast just trying to pursue her passions and dreams while taking you on the journey with me, one episode at a time. My ultimate goal is to not only bring you wine knowledge and value, but also inspire you to enjoy your process and journey in pursuing your passions and dreams. Because guess what? The person you become while enduring the process is more important. So sit back, grab a glass, and let's sip and grow together. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Sip and Grow with me, your host, Nicole Di Pasquale. I hope you guys have been enjoying all my episodes so far. I'm excited because this year I have some guests lined up to come on the show and talk a little bit, and I'm going to definitely involve some more of my friends in future episodes, so I'm excited. If you have any ideas for future shows or anything that you want to learn about in future shows, please send me an email or a DM on social media. I would love to hear some feedback from you. But other than that, I'm excited to continue this wine journey with you alongside with me. And I hope you've tried some of the wines that I've suggested. If not, like, totally cool. You don't have to, but we are here to just continue drinking wines and learning about wines and talking about life in the process. So, fun stuff. Who doesn't love to drink some wine and talk some shit and also talk about things that we're going through, right? That's what I do with my friends. Anyways, so today I'm actually doing another Spanish wine. It's from the center of Spain, also in the region of Valladolid, which is like an hour away from Madrid. This one, honestly, I'm going to give you some backstory as to why I chose to do this wine. I'm literally in mega spirits. I had to get a wine for... I was going to like a friend's house at night and I needed to get a bottle of wine. So I went in, I got my typical $12 bottle of Malbec. And then I was just like looking around, browsing, reading through the wine labels. I saw this in the sale section. So first of all, we love a sale. And if this wine is good, which hopefully it is, it was probably a 10 out of 10 purchase. But I got this for 50% off. So it cost me $7.50, but usually it's like $15, right? So we're gonna just ride the waves and see what happens. I did look up this producer. So the producer is called Alta Pavina. Like I said, they're from the center of Spain in a town called Valladolid. And this is a 2018 vintage rosé made from Pinot Noir grapes. They specialize, like a majority of their grapes in their vineyards are Pinot Noir. So the owners of this specific bodega is two brothers. They are the Ortega brothers. They're called Hugo and Diego Ortega. And I wanted to read to you their philosophy that I looked up and wrote it down in my notes, because it was super cool and it kind of reminded me of a book I'm currently reading. Hence, a book has appeared on the podcast today. But their philosophy, or one of the things that they said, right, is that while viticulture and enology are science, winemaking is art, requiring creativity and inventiveness, which is 10 out of 10. It's facts on facts. And it reminded me of this book that I have here, The Creative Act, A Way of Being, by Rick Rubin, which Rick Rubin, he is a record producer. He used to be like the co-president of Columbia Records, and then he created his other, I think at one point he was like co-president of Def Jam Records, and he has his own record company. What's it called? Oh, I didn't write it down. American Recordings, that's what it's called. So he created that, but he's basically a creative, and he wrote this book. I'm currently reading it, but one of the things I was just like, you know what, let's bring this on the podcast and read a little page or two from it. Not a page, that's aggressive, but like a little section of it, which is at the beginning of the book, which kind of basically enticed me to get the book and read it. But I thought it was a very interesting approach to creativity, and it's how I see things and how I see how like all of us are the same essentially. But it basically says, creativity is not a rare ability. It is not difficult to access. Creativity is a fundamental aspect of being human. It's our birthright, and it's for all of us. Creativity doesn't exclusively relate to making art. We all engage in this act on a daily basis. To create is to bring something into existence that wasn't there before. It could be conversation, the solution to a problem, a note to a friend, the rearrangement of furniture in a room, a new route home to avoid a traffic jam. What you make doesn't have to be witnessed, recorded, sold, or encased in glass for it to be a work of art. Through the ordinary state of being, we are already creators in the most profound way, creating our experience of reality and composing the world we perceive. So I thought it was, first of all, if you were to read that, I mean, at least that's what sold me on the book. I was like, yep, we're taking this. We're going to add this to my 1001 collection of books that I still have to read at home, just because I love to read, and I like to read a lot of things at the same time. But that's just me. I don't know about you. I'm one of those readers that reads 5 different books at the same time, and just like pick up the one that I feel like reading the day I'm reading a book. So, which is good, I guess, in a way. I just like, because I get to finish books faster, but then there's some times where I leave one kind of super long. But anyways, going back to what the book was saying, we're all creators of our life, right? And like, we are all creators in life. So you don't have to necessarily be an artist or paint something or whatever, but like whatever your craft is, that is your creativity. That is your niche. That is what you are creating in this world, in this lifetime, whatever you want to, however you want to look at it. But like everything in itself is art. It's just like your perspective on it and like how you look at it. But like, for me, winemaking is art. And like literally for the Ortega brothers, the guys who own this vineyard, they look at winemaking the same way. Like, yes, it's a lot of science, which obviously like I had to learn a lot more on the science side of things now that I'm getting back into the wine industry. And it's interesting to me now that I'm learning more about wines and that I work a wine harvest. But at the end of the day, like, it is a form of art, right? Like, you don't have to be a singer, you don't have to be a photographer, you don't have to be an artist. Like, everything you do is art, period. So if you start looking at the things that you do in that like perspective, and like you're like, oh wow, like what I do is actually, you know, it's art, it's creative, it's whatever it is, like I feel like you'll probably enjoy what you're doing a lot more than your day-to-day is right now. And if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you're probably not creating what you're meant to create. So that is something to think about. Simmer on it. Anyways, let's go ahead and open this wine and taste it. It also, you know, it did also remind me of a conversation I recently had with one of my mentors. So I am part of a mentorship program for women in wine. It's the Badinage program. It's great. It was recommended to me by the president, owner of Emeritus Vineyards. When I worked the harvest over there, she recommended to me being a part of that program because she I just had a conversation with her about what my goals were, and she was like, well, I'm actually part of this mentorship program and I think you'd be a really good applicant for it. So I applied, got it, and like now I'm talking with some women who are involved in the wine industry, and it's really great to get that perspective, especially from like people who have created their own thing in the wine industry, especially women, right? Oh no, I'm a little scared. This cork, I think it, I don't know if you see this, but it's basically like, I think it's like podrido, like it's how do you say this in English? It is like molded a little bit, not molded, but like I don't know. It's not looking. It's looking funky. Anyways, going back to the mentor, what I was talking about of the woman I was speaking to in regards to like my next steps in the wine industry. She was telling me one of the things she said to me really stuck with me and resonated with me, because she's like, the answers you're already looking for are inside of you, which is 100% true. Like the answer is within you to any and every question that you have about what you're doing with your life, or what steps you want to take, or what direction you want to go in. But ultimately it's up to us to like sit in silence and listen to that and understand that, because at the end of the day, we all have the answers we're looking for. We just sometimes we look for other people or other resources or something outside of us to tell us what we should do, when in reality we know what we should do. We just don't listen to it, which is stupid, but we're just being humans and that's okay. Okay, this is supposed to be a rosé. It looks like an orange wine as soon as I pour it, but we're gonna maintain a positive perspective on this, because I don't know. So visually looking at this wine, it's giving orange wine. Hold on, yeah, it has more of like a brown, like a bronze color to it, which tells me it probably they probably didn't take out all the oxidation from the juices when they right before fermentation, because the trick with white wine or rosé, if you want to get a really nice color, it's better to oxidize the juice right before fermentation starts to get out all the brown undertones in that process, because if not, then you might get a great wine still, but the color might not be exactly what you want. So maybe that's what happened. I don't know. And this is just me saying from what I learned at my harvest in California when we were making the rosé. This winemaker might make their rosé a little bit different than the way I made it with my winemaker, but to me, just looking at that color, it's just more on the bronze, brown, gold side of things versus the pink undertones side of things, which is how a rosé should look like. And visually, a wine is really important, because if you're someone that doesn't know about wine, you want to have a nice looking wine. You don't want to drink a brown wine. Would you want to drink a brown wine? I don't want to drink a brown wine. Anyways, let's see what this smells like. Oh, it smells actually really what is it giving? It's giving like sweet red fruits, kind of definitely watermelon is up in there. I even smell raspberry, strawberry for sure. And then there's like a mineral undertone to it, which would be like, what am I, like grapefruit even? I'm getting like a hint of grapefruit. That's probably the acidity that's in here, just based off of what I'm smelling. And there's something else. Is that like, this is gonna sound weird, but pear? Like maybe like a smudge of pear in there? I don't know. Okay, let's taste it. It's time. Whoa. Okay. This is a lot more like acidic than I thought it was gonna be, because it gave me a lot of like fruit notes to the taste, but now, I mean, sorry, to the smell. But now tasting it, I'm getting like lemon for sure, and I'm even getting floral notes. Like there's hibiscus in there and something else. Yeah, this is like highly, like it's more acidic than I thought it would be. And it's definitely giving me like grapefruit, lemon, hibiscus, strawberry is present in there. I don't taste the watermelon anymore. I just got the watermelon on the nose. But this is actually surprisingly good. Like I definitely would have this by the pool when it's hot outside. It's a very like structured rosé. Like it's heavier than I thought it would be, which is very surprising. It's not bad at all for the price point, honestly. I would say like my rating for this wine based on the conditions that I got it in, aka didn't know the producer, randomly saw it on the sale rack, got it for $7.50. I would say this is a 7.5 out of 10. Are there other rosés out there that I know that are more expensive that I would rather drink? For sure. But based off of the price point and the way it's tasting, I think it's a pretty solid choice if you're, balling on a budget. This would be the way to go. I'm not sure it's going to be on sale ever again. I got this at my local Mega Spirits by my house for $7.50. But if you do get your hands on it, let me know what you think. It is, again, Alta Pavina Pinot Noir 2018. It's their rosé. And I thought it was pretty good. Like it was very surprising. Honestly, the cork had me a little scared. It had me worried, but we made it. We're alive. The wine is alive and good to drink. But I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope that you get to try this wine. If you do, please let me know if you like it. And cheers to another episode. I hope you drink your wine tonight because you already know I will. I will be drinking tonight. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one.